Good afternoon, fellow travelers. Today I'm going to continue to, sorry for the camera wobbling a little bit, it's kind of windy out here. But today I'm going to continue on the interview series by interviewing myself on the 3 parts of my tagline, which is join me on the journey to use God's gifts to grow His kingdom, prepare for the future, and live a better life. Today we're going to discuss preparing for the future. So, start off with, what do I mean by preparing for the future? Do I mean like preparing for like zombies to attack or space aliens or the complete collapse of the United States or something like that you'd see in a movie? Nope, I mean prepare for like the simple things, like losing a job. Maybe there'll be a pandemic where you'll be stuck in your house without a job. Like that'll never happen. Or other things that happen to people all the time. Fire, house fire, death of a loved one, your child's in the hospital and you gotta run off to take care of them. Simple, basic stuff like that. And we're gonna be doing a lot of videos in the future on this basic preparedness stuff. I'm hoping to get about 1/3 of the channels to be about this. And 1/3 of the channel to also be about growing God's kingdom by using His gifts. And 1/3 of the channel about living a better life. And all 3 of these things work together in order to do that. Because there's been times where I've known people that didn't have any food. And me and my late wife didn't have any money. But we had some stored food we could give them to get them by until they got a job or whatever they needed to get back on their feet. And that's come in handy for me several times. So by being prepared, I was able to help grow God's kingdom that way. Alright, so I kind of already answered 2 of the questions. What is prepping and what are you preparing for? Like basic simple stuff. Alright, so how do you get started in being more prepared? The simplest and easy way is, and we're going to be doing videos of this, but store some water. Just get some like tea jugs or go to your buddy that drinks Mountain Dew and, hey, you drink 2 liters of Mountain Dew every week. Can you give me the empty bottles? Rinse them out real well. Fill them full of water. You don't want to use milk jugs or juice jugs or anything like that because you can't get them really that clean. Especially, you might be able to get away with juice jugs, but you definitely don't want to use milk jugs. You'll never get that plastic clean enough, and the milk residue will grow bacteria and stuff like that. And those jugs aren't built very strong and will eventually fail on you. But if you use the jugs for like designed to hold carbonated things or stuff like that, they're built a lot tougher because if you drop a Mountain Dew bottle, you don't want it to get shook up and explode all over the grocery store. But anyway, also start building a deeper pantry. Keep a food journal. Write down everything you eat and everything anybody in your family eats. And then you see like, oh, every week we eat 2 cans of green beans. Well, when you go to the grocery store, or every month you eat 2 cans of green beans. So you go to the grocery store, green beans are on sale, so buy an extra can. And then slowly over time, with practice and being methodical at it, you can build up an extra couple of weeks to a couple of months of food storage like that. And we're going to discuss other methods in later videos on all kinds of food storage. But those 2 things will get you pretty squared away and started and be able to get you through most medium-term emergencies like being locked in your house from a pandemic. And then another thing is build a simple bug-out bag, which I'm planning on doing a video in the near future about that. But it's basically like, oh, Susie's in the hospital. We gotta go take care of Susie. So you and your spouse grab everybody's bug-out bags, throw them in the car, drop Jimmy off with his bag at Grandma's house. He's got everything he needs. you go to the hospital with you, your spouse, and Susie's. You gotta have the ability to a couple changes of clothes, some deck of cards or some stuff for entertainment, some snacks, and ability to charge your phone so you can keep track of things and call relatives and stuff like that. That's the basic kit that most people need for preparedness. And then we'll be working as we go onto some more advanced stuff. All right, how has this paid off for me so far? Well, I've already talked about being able to help other people, but it's also paid off when April, my late wife, was in the hospital for 7 weeks. Part of what I was able to do is come home and grab a bunch of the food we had stored up, and I was able to eat off of that to save money so I could spend more time with her while she was in the hospital. And all kinds of stuff like that has come up in my life, and I've been able to be a blessing to other people. We also had a train wreck here in Ligonier, and April was having trouble breathing. Well, when we decided, she was coughing and gagging a lot, so when we decided to head off to Goshen, we already had a list of all the hotels that would allow us to have our dogs, so we could just call the hotels, find one that had a room available. Or we packed up the dogs, packed up us, headed to Goshen. We were out of the house in like 10 minutes, and then we could call the hotels along the way, find the one, get a room booked, get to it before they were out of rooms. So all kinds of little stuff like that, it comes in handy. I'm not really worried about the end of the world stuff. So we're not going to discuss a lot of that on this channel, but we're going to just practical hands-on preparedness stuff. And the last one's my basic strategy. Just little things all the time, constantly improving your situation. Buying a little extra here, a little extra there. On top of, I also started storing more long-term storable stuff that, like, I have 250 pounds of rice in buckets. That's about 3 months of food for me. But that also means if there's a bigger disaster, I can hand out food for more people. I'm sitting next to the church building, and I could bring that food over and we could feed, it wouldn't be good food, but a bowl of rice, and as I get more stuff, rice and beans to a few hundred people after a tornado. That'd be great. And I'm just slowly getting that stuff around, but I'm not spending a lot of money or a lot of time. And like to store up the 250 pounds of rice took me one afternoon, or 2 afternoons, I think, before I went to work, and about $200 all said and done. That's not very much money. So just slowly, incrementally improving things like that. That's the same way when we get to the part of the tagline about living a better life. Just slow, incremental improvements are the way to go. And I think you guys got the idea. Lost my little piece of paper here. I think you guys got the idea. Thanks for joining me on this video. I hope you have a great day. And thanks for joining me on the journey to use God's gifts to grow His kingdom, prepare for the future, and live a better life. God bless you.